Welcome to Behind the Veil, a video podcast powered by the national nonprofit media platform, American Muslim Today. This is your AMT Global News Bulletin, bringing you the top headlines from around the world and across the U.S. Don't forget to subscribe to American Muslim Today, where the headlines meet hard truth. Today is Monday, October 20th, and here are the stories making news. Good evening. From the fragile ceasefire in Gaza to mass protests at home, a key summit in Washington, and a diplomatic clash in Latin America. Surveillance reveals how U.S. power is being tested and projected on multiple fronts. The ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has come under strain after new Israeli airstrikes killed at least 26 Palestinians in Gaza. The attack followed an earlier incident that left 2 Israeli soldiers dead. Israel said it was targeting Hamas military sites, but local authorities reported civilian casualties. President Donald Trump, who brokered the truce earlier this month, said the ceasefire technically remains in place, but admitted he was unsure if Israel's response was justified. Aid deliveries are expected to resume, though humanitarian groups warn that Gaza's crisis remains severe. Both sides accuse each other of repeated violations, leaving the truce hanging by a thread and raising questions over how long U.S. diplomacy can hold. Meanwhile, as the Middle East struggles to keep its pace, political battles are intensifying on American streets.
Millions of Americans joined No Kings demonstrations across major cities, protesting Trump's leadership style and his treatment of immigrants. In response, the president shared AI-generated videos showing himself wearing a crown and flying a fighter jet labeled King Trump, dropping objects on protesters below. The White House later posted an image of Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance wearing crowns beside opposition figures in sombreros, captioned, "We're built different." Trump dismissed the protests as a joke, but organizers say the rallies drew more than 7 million people, the largest coordinated protest since Earth Day. The demonstrations highlight growing domestic polarization, even as Trump turns his focus outward to strengthen alliances abroad. At the same time, diplomacy took center stage in Washington as the president hosted one of America's key allies.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese met President Trump in the White House to discuss defense, trade, and cooperation under the AUKUS Pact. The talks centered on critical minerals and submarine production, key components of U.S. strategy to counter China's growing regional influence. Trump urged Canberra to increase defense spending, while Albanese sought greater trade access for Australian exports. Both sides described the meeting as constructive, though unresolved disputes remain over tariffs and regional security commitments. The summit underscored Washington's push to tighten alliances in the Pacific, even as new tensions emerge further south in Latin America. And as the U.S. deepens its strategic ties in Asia, another confrontation is unfolding closer to home.
President Trump has accused Colombian President Gustavo Petro of being an illegal drug leader, threatening to impose new tariffs and cut U.S. aid. He warned on Truth Social that Colombia does nothing to stop drug production and said the United States will close it up for him. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth confirmed a U.S. strike on a vessel linked to Colombian rebels, killing 3 suspected traffickers. Petro rejected Trump's accusations, calling himself the main enemy of drugs and accusing Washington of undermining cooperation. The exchange marks a sharp downturn in U.S.-Colombia relations, capping a week defined by power displays abroad, unrest at home, and a presidency governing through confrontation. That's it for now. Thank you for joining me on Behind the Veil. If you value our public service journalism, please support American Muslim Today, a 501c3 nonprofit, by following us on social media at American Muslim Today or donating at AmericanMuslimToday.com. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.